Did you know if you drop a like and subscribe in the next 5 seconds, nothing will happen but it will put a giant smile on my face? Fortnite Chapter 3 Season 1 is nearly over, with the 19.40 final update dropping today, meaning until March 19th when Chapter 3 Season 2 releases, we're just over a fortnight, no pun intended, you get it, because Fortnite is a representation of 2 weeks away anyways from the release of the brand new season. For that reason, considering so much has been leaked today, our final cosmetics before the release of the brand new season in the files, and even some of the Season 2 skins, I figured we'd go over all of the ones revealed that will not only be upcoming throughout this brand new season, but specifically the Battle Pass, which we've had multiple hints toward what they're going to be. Despite this being the main core subject, of course we just have a ton of intel regarding the next upcoming season being Chapter 3 Season 2 in itself, so of course make sure you're sticking around and watching the full video. And perhaps whilst you're doing that, sat back relaxing with your favourite snacks, one favour you can do me, considering it's 100% free and in time for Season 2's Battle Pass releasing, is enter code FM1 inside the Fortnite item shop. By entering code FM1, you're not only going to be putting a giant smile on my face, but also potentially cheering up my pug Gus after discovering and being kinda sad about the fact he looks like a baby Columbo. He also knows that 70% of you watching right now aren't subscribed, and speaking of subscribing, we're getting incredibly close to 2.4 million subscribers, so if everybody hits the big red button right now, we'd be there in no time. And of course don't forget this benefits you too, as I gift different subscribers every single day here on this channel, which of course in the near future will be tons of the Chapter 3 Season 2 Battle Pass. But if you want to receive a gift now or in the future, make sure you're subscribing to the channel with all notifications turned on, and then comment your Epic Games ID down below and let me know what you'd like to receive, so perhaps in the very next video you could be gifted in front of hundreds of thousands of eyes to see. But with that said now, no more time to waste, we need to hop into everything revealed today in the 19.40 update specifically pertaining to Season 2, so make sure of course you don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere!
I'm not, I'm sitting on my
Don't
back.
go anywhere!
Okay, so first and foremost, with the 19.40 update going live today, being the last update of Chapter 3 Season 1 in itself, of course you guys will want to know about all the new upcoming content before the release or until the release of Chapter 3 Season 2. So diving straight into that, first of all, as you can see on screen, these are all the brand new leaked cosmetics that were contained in this update in the coding anyways, that either will be releasing soon, before Chapter 3 Season 2, or even after. And believe it or not too, out of all of these, we do know what ones will be coming in Season 2, definitely anyways, or at least a certain set. But first of all, speaking of sets, as you can see there's a brand new addition to the Icon series that Epic Games dropped on us just randomly across social media, releasing a trailer which at first implied the return of helicopters as another vehicle or transportation method around the island. And believe it or not, with this tennis player Naomi Osaka being collaborated into Fortnite, she is actually a free reward for very few people who place at the highest points anyways throughout the cup that's going to be ongoing to get the skin even early. In terms of the brand new variants that were added in 19.40 already for existing skins being selectable styles for either bat blings or other cosmetics, as you can see there were only 4. But again, referring back to our previous list of all the new cosmetics, believe it or not, even on here this isn't all of them, as Epic Games revealed or decrypted in the coding a brand new upcoming collaboration which everybody has literally been wanting for so long now within Fortnite, being Fortnite x Assassin's Creed, the Ezio Auditore outfit. As you can see on screen right now, here are all the gaming legend rarity cosmetics that we currently know of. I'm guessing there's going to be more decrypted in the files anyways before he rotates throughout the item shop, which we're hoping to happen of course with a cinematic trailer introducing him onto the Fortnite island. As soon as that releases, you're going to either see it on this YouTube channel, so make sure you're subscribing, or my Twitter linked in the video description down below, which we're giving away tons of V-Buck cards and other things over there currently. And with that covering the new skins in 19.40 before we showcase any of the Season 2 skins, speaking of events that we thought were going to be happening anyways, particularly a live one leading then into the downtime for the Chapter 3 Season 2 trailer, it's kinda sad to say, but it doesn't look like we're going to be receiving one this season, not only because in the game's files today, Epic Games haven't really added anything to do with the countdown timer and LTM that we need to enter, or even give us any implication to any major map changes happening that are going to be then developed into a live event at a certain time or point on March 19th before downtime then occurs. This doesn't disregard all the map changes we've seen though since day one, such as the melting of the ice revealing tilted towers, Lombos being introduced as wildlife NPCs with the 7 rockets frequently launching, and IO drill sites popping up all over the map and having their own solid base now where they're permanently stationed, being the Covert Cavern. All of this is just building up the lore or storyline for the next season reflected throughout the Battle Pass, which we're going to be revealing and reading out for you guys in an official article in just a second. But before we do move on to that, without disregarding the possibility of any events happening before, well, March 19th being the release of Chapter 3 Season 2, believe it or not, Epic Games are celebrating International Women's Day, which is March 8th, 2022. As you saw from the unreleased cosmetics, I'm guessing this is when these skins are going to be releasing, which are actually in a bundle together, alongside potentially the opportunity once International Women's Day rolls around with Epic Games hotfix in the moon or weather change of that in Fortnite that we see to be this heart. As you can see, data miners have pulled into the game early. There is also this same heart seen on a music pack cosmetic, perhaps implying that we're going to be receiving this for simply logging on over this period. And with that being perhaps everything we're expecting to see on the lead up to 20.00, which believe it or not is Chapter 3 Season 2, the 20th season of Fortnite that Epic Games are already testing. If it wasn't already enough, Epic Games are ahead of themselves by working on the next season update in itself before it releases over a fortnight away. Well, data miners have come out in the last 48 hours stating that they're already testing the first update after the big seasonal update in itself for Chapter 3 Season 2 being 20.10. If that wasn't already mind-blowing enough, what if I told you that Epic Games already know what's going to happen in Chapter 3 Season 3, literally the next season after next season starts? And how we know this is based off what was revealed recently to do with the new comic book series that FireMonkey tweeted out right here, with Donald Mustard collaborating with someone else, which as you can see is releasing late June, meaning perhaps at the end of Chapter 3 Season 2's lifespan. How I've come to determine that this will be the kind of time frame or scenario of when Season 3 will be starting of Chapter 3 is because 100 days after March 19th, which is typically the length of a season now, this would land on June 26th, 2022, I believe. And if this comic book series, or the first issue of it, one of 5 anyways, is releasing in June, it most likely will have released, well, in that duration just before Chapter 3 Season 3. And speaking of this new comic book series, particularly this issue's front cover anyways, for the first one, as you can see directly at the top, we're going into what seems to be a Zero War season, with more interestingly in terms of characters, despite ones from the Marvel Universe obviously returning or being a forefront of the storyline, John Jones in his jumpsuit form, which seems to be taken off because he's got hot or tired of wearing it, and a member of the 7 that we know to be called Shuri, which we've been able to determine from these Fortnite surveys of unreleased skins or concept skins early, which for some reason Epic Games seem to be taking a lot of skins off and actually revealing very early onto the community. For example, even the March crew pack skin was taken off here, being Tracy Trouble, originally looking like this in survey form. You may be wondering, well, how do we know this character called Shuri with Agent John Jones right here is a member of the 7, let alone that but one of the sisters? Well, for those that don't know, quick news flash, yes, the IO and the 7, if you've been living under a rock and not listening to the scientist voice recordings, are at war this season, and that will be developing more so going into the next. This will be the theme of Season 2 overall, hence why, yes, this is actually called Zero War, the comic book. That's right, the conflict from the end event, or the Chapter 2 finale anyways, between the Imagined Order and the 7 has only grown larger, especially as Chapter 3 has progressed throughout Season 1, with the IO not only setting up several drill bases and then taking over Covert Cavern manning it with Gunner as a mythic boss, but also with the 7 trying to launch rockets and reach the other members, the 3 that are currently missing, or should I say 4, as despite us knowing Paradigm and her being involved in Fortnite recently, there's 3 members that we've never seen on the Fortnite island, which thanks to data miners going into the coding and determining the names of these statues representing each 7 member have revealed them to be, well, the 2 sisters, which again the Foundation referenced in the Chapter 2 Season 6 cinematic trailer, and then one called the Origin, perhaps ranking higher than the Foundation, and by these 3 names being revealed, it gives us a good insight as to what they could look like based off what's included on the Fortnite surveys, as I'm sure you guys have seen these images of not only the Origin skin, what seems to be anyways, with a mask on and off style, but the 2 sisters kinda looking nearly identical, if not very similar to each other. Literally any of these 3 skins could be included throughout the Chapter 3 Season 2 Battle Pass, and for that reason then shown for the first time in the cinematic trailer introducing them to make complete sense of the development of the lore and also the Battle Pass. On the flip side of that though, no pun intended, of course we still have Gunner in game as a mythic boss that we currently haven't seen as a skin, which is very high up in the Imagined Order, as he was the character that nearly electrified, or should I say fried, Agent John Jones' brains in this jumpsuit form in the end event cinematic, and despite him getting granted more selectable styles that we originally thought meant he was upcoming as the March crew pack, this never came to be, and with this coincidentally being close to the release of Season 2, could this make him one of the Battle Pass skins? And with that said, if he's coming, does that then mean the other IO guards will be coming, not just the standard one that was introduced in Chapter 2 Season 5, but also this one now that was introduced in Chapter 3 Season 1, around the map convoying in these IO cars? Despite us having to wait and see for future leaks or the season to release in terms of determining all of those skins being upcoming for the next one, thankfully one that we know is definitely upcoming throughout the Chapter 3 Season 2 lifespan but not in the Battle Pass itself is the brand new starter pack that got revealed today thanks to data miners, as you can see on screen right now, is an anime looking skin called Zoe Clash, and this is her full complete set. Despite me showing a reward screen here that only shows the cosmetics of course with these every single time, which literally cost $5 or £4 in the UK, you get 600 V-Bucks too on top of of a full outfit set. And considering this is an anime skin, I'm guessing so many people are going to be picking this up. Let me know down below in the comments, and make sure you're using code FM1 when you do so, or if you do so. But that's all I've got for you guys in today's video, so if you enjoyed, want to keep referring back to it, or anything of the other, slap a like in it down below, and make sure you're subscribing to the channel so that you don't miss any future uploads. And speaking of other uploads or other videos now, your next destination, make sure to interact with anything on screen, but most importantly, hopefully I can catch you. Yes, you the individual still watching, I can see ya, but hopefully in that very next video I do post on the channel.